Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video and welcome to episode 5 of our Hardcore Career Mode series. The plan for today is to get the engine for our new search and rescue boat in and hopefully working enough so we can take it on a quick test drive around the island. But anyway guys, with that being said, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Alrighty, so here we are back in the workbench once again. So let's get stuck straight into it. So let's start by removing all the floor at the back so we can actually see what we're doing back here. Very nice. And what I want to do, I think we'll put the engine sitting up one block so that way we can put the flywheel on the back and it won't clip into the ground. I think that's what we want to do. Also, we're going to go with a modular engine today. So let's go with a 3x3, I think. Let's do that. So let's go one. Should we put the engine about here-ish? Have the back of the engine there. That should be fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we do 5? Or is that a little bit overkill for this boat? I think we'll do it anyway. I think it'll be fine. That way we'll have plenty of power when we need it and we can run it at low RPS. That's my theory anyway. Let's go with that. Whether it works or not, we'll have to see. Let's rotate these around that way. Good. So we're going to need a couple of these. Boom, boom, boom. And last one, just like that. Very nice. That's looking very good. That probably is a little on the big side, isn't it? But you know what? It should work out pretty well, hopefully. So let's keep on going. Let's get rid of that block just there. And at the back, we're going to need a flywheel, a 3x3 flywheel. Don't know if it matters which way it goes, but we're going to go like that, I guess. And then after that, we're going to need a clutch, which is one of these ones. Now, does that matter? Yeah, it doesn't matter which way. So go boom, just like that. Very good. Then we'll have the gearbox coming off the back, which we'll do after. We'll do it after. So first of all, let's link these engines, or two sides of the engine together. We'll do one at the front of the engine and one at the back. I think that'll be fine. Pretty sure. We'll go like this, boom, 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 and the same here, boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that's all one unit now, hopefully. Now, I don't know how many intakes and exhausts and all that we actually need, but I think we'll just go 2 intakes, 2 fuels, and whatever we got left. We might put a fair few exhausts in, maybe 6 or so. I don't know if that's necessary or not. Maybe someone can let me know down below, but we'll do that for now. So let's just go 2 air intakes. And then behind that, we'll go a couple of fuel ones, which is those. Go like, actually, we'll put them on the inside. That might be better because we're going to need room for the cooling system, which is going to be on the outside. So something just like that. And then we'll need a few exhausts, won't we? Yes, I don't know exactly where they're going to go, but we'll work it out. Unless we just have 2 exhausts as well. I wonder if that will be all right. I'm sure that will be fine. I just don't know if it's going to restrict it too much. That's all. Actually, I got another idea. Let's get rid of these on the top. We might put them... Oh, geez, how am I going to do this? Get rid of all of that. We might put these on the bottom. That might be a little bit less out of the way. We'll get rid of that one. Then we have a little bit more room to play with. Boom, boom, boom. Because last time I built one of these, I vaguely remember you need a couple of extra exhausts, so it's not restricted. I could be wrong, though, so don't take my advice. But that's what we're gonna go with. See what happens. That needs to go. Boom. Turn this around like that. And link them together, and then we can delete the one on the top. Boom, up, boom, and boom. Just like that. That should be A-okay. Get rid of those, boom, and then we can have 6 exhausts on the top. Probably overkill, but we'll go with it anyway. That is A-okay, and then we're going to have our coolant thingamajigglies on here, I suppose. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's worry about that one after. Anyway, so the intakes, I wonder, we might just come up here. Have a couple of... Oh, no, that's not going to work, is it? What if we come up along the sides here then? Boom, 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 boom. Yes, good. Let's put those ones back and get rid of those ones for now because we're going to have to put a few bits and bobs in there. So let's go pipe. Oh, if I could spell. Good stuff. Straight, and we'll drag that all the way down. Just go like this and boop. Does that not come out to the bottom? There it is. Nice. And then on the 2 sides of that, let's go with an inverse pyramid. Go like this and turn that around like that. Maybe a little on the weird side, but we're going to go with it. And on the top, we'll put some ports as well. Boom and boom. Okay, hopefully that will be enough. And then as far as exhaust goes, how on earth do we want to do this? If we just have it... Oh, no, I want to put toolboxes there. Can we just have the exhaust come out the sides? Is that going to work? I don't know. Let's just go like this. Does that line up? That one, it does. One there. Yeah, they line up, don't they? And then what, one here? Is that weird? I think it is a little bit weird. However, if we put catalytic converters on, So it might not look too bad. Okay, let's go with that. We'll see. We can always change it later on if we don't like it. Good. Turn them around. Go like that. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay, a little strange, I know. Anyway, back to pipes. Oh, man, if I could spell pipe, man. Pippy. And should we color them as we go so we know what's what? Might not be a bad idea. Oh, also, before we... let's just do it. Let's just do it. Boom. Boom. Get rid of that one. And some here. Boop. Just like that. Rotate these around. Boom. Boom. And boom. All right. And then we just need some little elbows. Little angles. Go like that. That. And that. Very good. So that should be... that should be our exhaust system sorted anyway. We should really swap one of these over for the exhaust. But anyway, that's fine. It should work. Then we've got our air and our fuel. Just very quickly... As far as radiators go, how are we going to do this? Should we use some blue? Now, should we use the big ones? No, we don't have room for the big ones, do we? Have to go some electric 3x3s. Now, I don't know how we're going to be able to walk past the engine. Maybe we should have an entrance at the back and an entrance at the front of it. So then we can work on it. That might be what we have to do. All right, let's put a few of these along. So I want to have one per cylinder. Again, this might be overkill, but I've only ever had overheating problems with these engines. So, yeah, that's a thing. Let's go back to modular. Let's go back to white so we can see what we're doing here. What do we need? One of these ones, the coolant manifold. So if we go one at the top and one at the bottom on each cylinder, if I can put it on the right spot, like that, and then we'll have a tank halfway between with a pump. Okay, let's just put a few on first, see how it looks. Boom, that didn't make it, did it? Yep, in there, good, and one there, one there. Okay, they're all in the right spots, hopefully. Then we'll put a whole bunch along the top. Boom, boom. Again, this might be overkill, but we'll see how we go. Okay, something like that, I guess. Then we're going to have it link from the top to the bottom and in and out of the radiator. Okay, what do we got in the way of pumps? So we use one of these ones. Okay, where are we? See, we can't fit it there. Okay, so we've got a problem already. Should we turn these upside down? Let's try that. So if we go... boom, like this way. Go one here, one there, one there, one there, one there. Okay, then we have plenty of room to link up some pipes and whatnot, don't we? So let's do that. So this one can go straight onto here. Why not? So we should probably do it to all of them as we go. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, good, 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 good. Then we'll put some blue going along this way, some straights, boink, all the way along. I assume it's doing it correctly on both sides as well. Should probably, yep, double check, all good. And then we need to fit a pump in that links up to the top one. All right, so as far as the cooling system goes, I think that might be all right. I guess we'll find out if it overheats or not. So basically the red is the hot side, the blue is the cold side. So the heat comes out, the hot water comes out, goes through the pump, into the radiator, back into a fresh tank, and back into the cylinder head. And that's the same for each cylinder. So hopefully that works out okay. So let's get this intake sorted. So these are blocked off where we need to come in. So let's just get rid of a few bits and pieces there, grab another one. We'll have to clear this little pipe, come down across, and just chuck another little elbow like that. Awesome. Now, air, let's just go green, I suppose. Why not? Air is green, isn't it? That's fine. Air up, and those two need to connect together. So let's go to pipes, straight, and bring this one up like that, and go across, and finish it off with one of them. Very nice. Okay, so now we have fuel left. So how are we going to go about that? Where do we want the fuel tank? I don't want too much weight in the front. I wonder if we should move the whole engine back a little bit. Let's do that, actually. See if we can grab the whole thing and sort that out. Actually, just looking at the boat like this, we actually have quite a bit of room here, so maybe we could put the fuel tank right here. Maybe we can move things around later on if we need to, but before we do that, let's get the front of the engine sorted. So let's go back to modular, grab one of the thing of these, 3x3, chuck it on right there. Now we're going to need quite a few starter motors, aren't we? Can I get it going the right way? There we go. 4, or should we go 6? We've got a little bit of room up here. Let's do that. Boop, just like so. And then under that, we'll go a couple of alternators. That should be plenty, hopefully. Can I get them to go in the right spot? There we go. Awesome. So that should be the front of that finished. Now we've got plenty of room for a fuel tank. So let's go for wedge. The only problem is access. I don't know how we're going to get to all this, but I suppose we'll worry about that when we need to. That might be a bit too big. What if we go for 1x2? Because Let's get something like this. See, I don't know if we should go hard up against the engine or not. What if we leave a little gap so we can get in there if we ever need to? And then if we block it off here, would that be a big enough fuel tank? I don't know if it will be, actually. We'll give it a go. Let's go like this. And then what if we rotate that, come along like this? We'll go boom. And then we'll fill in the top. I just don't know if that's going to be enough room. But if we go like this along the top as well, turn around that way, boop. And then we've got a 3 block gap in the middle. So turn these around. Go along like that, and we'll just use some 1x1s to finish it off. I suppose we can get in there, boop, and all the way along, just like that. So we got this fuel tank. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Now we need to put some intakes in and whatnot. We'll need a refill port at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that today as such. So let's keep on going. Let's go like this. Put a couple of ports in here, boom, boom, and rotate that like so. Nice. Now we need a little 1x1 wedge. We'll just stick it on top like that. Very good, so it can be our intake for our fuel, and that can go to the engine. Now, do we need pumps or not? I don't think we do. I guess we'll find out, but I'm going to go with a no for now. Okie dokie, so the fuel system should be all working now. Hopefully, I've just added the pipes, and I've added a fluid spawner in there, which is spawning diesel for us. So hopefully that works out okay. The next thing we need to do is actually add the intakes for these fluid jets here. Well, the water jets rather. So if we maybe, I don't know how exactly I want to do this. I think what we might do, might put some ports on the bottom, a bit like that. Yeah, and it can scoop up the water as we move through the water. So let's go around like that perhaps. Go boom, boom. And then, oh, actually, what if we get rid of those? Sorry, boom, boom. Bye-bye. Grab 2 of these, turn them around that way like so. And then at the back of it, if we use some 1x4s, turn them around like that. Yes, all right, turn that around like so. Okay, let's make like a little scoop underneath the water here. Let's turn these around like that. There we go, cool. Grab a 1x4 wedge, put it under there. And we need to link up the fluid with that to the pipes. Let's turn this around like so, boom, and around like that. Okay, that's cool. So they'll suck up the water underneath and feed these jets. So let's grab some pipes. Thank you. Let's go with a regular one up here. Oh, I can't even see what I'm doing, man. Turn these around like that. And then they actually need to come through the floor. So if we get a straight piece, come down like that, straight along this way. And just so we can see the angle, let's go a pipe, turn it around like that. Very nice. And go around like so. All right, so they are now sealed off, hopefully. Should we give them a quick lick of paint as well? We'll just do it in the grey. I suppose we'll try and hide it if we can. Boom, boom, and I'll just paint the front of that too. Good stuff. All right, hopefully that works out okay. And I'd like to have the drive in yellow. And now we need a gearbox for the back of this one. So let's go 3x3 gearbox. Turn that around like that way, I believe. Now, I think we might want 2 of these, I suppose. I don't know if there's a difference in strength between the big ones and the small ones. Maybe we should just go to the small ones. I wonder if that looks a bit weirder, but that'll be fine. Go boom, boom. That looks a bit better, actually. Not as chunky. Good. All right, pipes, and we're going to link this all together. Okay, so something just like that. Now, I think we're just about getting close to be able to test this. We just need a few electrical bits and pieces and some batteries. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We'll just go a couple of these medium ones, I guess. We'll put them in the back corner. Try and keep the weight nice and down low towards the back. I think that should be fine. If we're just looking at a little pink thing there where the weight is, the center of mass, that's probably as best we can get at the moment. We don't have any weight blocks at the bottom, do we? Okay, that's a-okay. Now, we need a modular engine controller. What have I got here? Few electric motors? No. Few manifold. That looks okay. Let's go with that one. And where should we put it? We'll just chuck it in the back right there. That's a-okay. I don't really care what color it is, I suppose. All right, now what do we got here? To the starters. So that's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good stuff. And we got here to the fuel. Fuel and fuel. Nice. We got air. It goes over to the air and the other air. Very good. And what have we got here? That's the throttle. The turn on and off. And there's a composite output that goes to there. Okay. I think that's pretty good. We're going to need a few controls up in the cab. So let's put a few temporary ones up here for now. We're going to need a throttle. So let's start with that. That's quite important. We'll just turn that around this way. We'll go on one side as well. Go boom, just like that. I suppose number 1 on the seat can turn everything on. So we've got to make sure that's a toggle button and engine toggle. Good stuff. And then this will be our throttle, which can go down to here. Oh, we've got crankshaft as well. Just go boom. I suppose that's fine. And next up, I think we're going to want to limit those RPS. So how do you do that? RPS at throttle 1, 30. No. What if we halve that to 15? What if we go something like that? That should be A-okay. And I suppose while we're at the back of the boat, we should be limiting or changing the ratios on here. So what if we crank that one all the way up? Because it's quite a big engine. It's going to be a little bit overpowered, I'm expecting. What if we go something like that to start with? And we'll add a reverse in there later on. But I think that should be just fine for now. All right, so I've gone and stolen a little controller off another boat, so it will help with our steering on the back of these fluid jets. So we'll just paste that right there for now. That is fine. Actually, no, we'll do. We're going to move it right down. Let's just put it in here now because we're going to need it. We'll chuck it right there. Boom and boom. Nice. So this allows us to work these. So I have absolutely no idea how this is going to work. So the left, now because these are identical, I think we're going to want to go the inside and then the outside, and then the inside and the outside. I think that's going to work. And then we've got reverse there. Okay, I don't really want to worry about that just now. Then the steering is going to go up to our seat. Boom, and on the A and the D. Very good. Okay, now is there anything else important that we need to do? Well, I suppose the last thing we could probably do before we connect up power and everything is grab a couple of dials. We are going to need just a little bit of information, so let's chuck just a couple along the front here. So let's go up, yes, I suppose. Then we're going to need a temperature. We're going to need a speed, and I suppose nothing else. That's fine. Let's get rid of that one. That's A-okay. So what we can actually probably do is get a speed sensor. Let's grab one of these. Angular? Linear. That's what we need. Yes, sir. All right, chuck that right on the roof in the middle. Boom, boom. Perfect. And then we're going to need a function block so we can convert that to kilometers per hour. I suppose we'll just chuck that in the back there. So the input with that will be X equals, or X times 3.6. That is better. Okie dokie. Let's hook all of these up. We'll go to there. And then our speed is this one. Very good. And we'll go, boom. That should work, hopefully. And then we've got our RPS, which will just go down to there. Now, how do you get temperature out of these? Oh, you got to use composite, don't you? Okay, I think we might just leave the temperature alone for now because these dials are not going to be here. They're just here for now for testing purposes only. So I'm going to connect up all the power and all the other doodads and fill the floor in, and then we're going to spawn this thing in and give it a quick test. Alright guys, we should be all good to give it a test now. I've added some ladders on the back so we can get on a bit easier, and I've added a clutch lever in the front just there. So let's spawn it in and see what happens. Okie dokie, it is buoyant. That is a good start. And do we not have any fuel left? No, we don't. Cool. That's not good. Anyway, hello fishy. We're going to make sure we put fishing rods on this boat, man. Alright, there we go. Awesome. We're aboard. Okay, let's jump inside. We'll shut that door in case something terrible happens, I suppose. Let's jump in our seat. I think we're tilting over to the left ever so slightly. Oh dear. That's fine. Let's get this thing turned on. Number one. Number one also turns on all the cooling systems as well, by the way. So the radiators and the pumps. Okay, we're on. Bit of throttle. Okay, a little bit of clutch. Okay, we are moving. Look at that. Nice. A little bit more clutch. Whoa, the front's coming up a bit. Okay, how fast are we going? 80. Ooh, we're tipping over so much, man. Okay, hey, let's go a little bit faster. Is that a good idea? Yeah. Okay, we're doing 120. Easy. Let's have a look outside view and see what that looks like. Oh, look at that. Okay, so there is exhaust blowing out the sides. I don't like that. I think we're going to change that. Oh, look at that. That looks awesome, doesn't it? Woohoo! Hey, nice. I think maybe some sort of stability system to bring the front down a little bit wouldn't be a bad idea. I feel like this thing could go really fast. Should we just slow down while we turn a corner, though, just in case? Let's just... The steering's opposite, by the way. So I have to turn right to go left, but that's all right. Where did we come from? Is that our island? Better be. Jeez, we're tipping over quite a bit here. We are. Okay, that's not good. All right, a little bit of clutch. The front of the boat is raising quite a bit. No. Back down. Woo! Oh, no. No. Oh, Oh, we nearly lost it. We nearly lost it. Okay, let's just be super careful. A little bit of clutch. Let's just take it easy. Are we... Okay, we're facing the wrong way again. Nice. Come around this way. Whoa. Oh, dude, I could touch the water. Okay, let's go. A little bit faster. We need something to bring that front down, don't we? That's way too dangerous. Way too dangerous. All right. That's where we need to go. Let's just take it real easy. We're tipping over on one side as well. That's not good. All right. And we'll come in for a stop because I want to see... Okay, let's just stop here. I want to see from the outside view how it sits in the water. Pretty even. Maybe a little heavier on the front than it needs to be. Okay. So, no more weight at the front if we can avoid it. Let's build up the RPMs a little bit. Let's just chug forward. Good. Can we take it back? Yes, we can. Awesome. So maybe what we can do to help some of those problems is... Or actually, first of all, let's fix the steering. Let's change it. So, that's on the two left ones. Let's go on the two right ones like that. And this one on the two left ones. That should sort that issue out. But as far as stability goes, let's do something. So, let's grab some control surfaces. Let's grab a couple of itty-bitty ones. We'll chuck them on the side here. So, need to go that way. So, we'll put some there. And we're going to put some right at the back like that as well. Also, what I want to do is add some like floaties on the side. I know that sounds a little weird, but I'll show you what I mean. Let's get rid of a lot of this. A lot of that can go. A lot of that can go. And also what we'll do while we're down here is widen the floor a little bit. So if we come out like that maybe. Yes. And then we'll put some blocks along like so. We are going to get rid of some more up here, except we have to block off the fuel tank like that, otherwise that will cause problems later on. So let's put that block back. Let's go back to here, grab a 1x4 wedge. Let's come around like this. That block can go now. Good. And then we're going to need one of these. Come around, and we're going to meet this up at the top like so. Good. We'll rotate that around. Awesome. Okay, that's looking good. Then we're going to come all the way back with some wedges like that. We'll just go to here for now. Then we'll come around like that to there. Very good. Another... Oh, actually, let's widen this again. Can we get away with doing that? Let's come out one more. Like that. Okay. That's good. That's nice and wide on the bottom. So that should really help with some stability, I'm hoping anyway. Might not completely solve it, but it will definitely help. Let's turn that around. We'll go up in here like that. Good stuff. And then we'll use some little wedges in like that. So that will widen that. Only one block, but it makes the bottom a lot flatter too. So that should... help, hopefully. Hopefully it helps out. And then we need to end off the back somehow too. We can go all the way up to here. So let's see what we can do with this spot. Let's grab one of these. Come around like that. And come out 2 blocks. Fill the floor in like that. Good stuff. Okay, let's bring some wedges down as well. Boop, all the way down to here. And these are going to have to be solid blocks to block up that fuel tank. That's the only problem with that. Come around like that. Boom, boom, and boom. Awesome. Cool. Let's bring this all the way down to here. So a little bit more room to play. Nice. And a couple of wedges on the top. All right, now we need to end this off somehow. So I think we'll just do the same as we've done down the bottom. All right, so I actually do have this little controller here that should be able to fix our roll problem. So it should connect up to these little control surfaces just fine. So we'll chuck this in the back here with all the other rubbish and we'll connect this all up. So we are going to need a few little sensors. So a tilt sensor. Let's grab one of these, looking right. I'm pretty sure that's said. So what we'll do, okay, boom, boom. If we just chuck it in the side here, I don't think it matters where exactly it goes, does it? Just go like that. Or can we chuck it up here? Yeah, that'd be fine. It can stick out the back there. That is A-okay. So we'll connect that one up to this one. Drag that over here. So tilt sensor looking right. Good. And then a linear speed sensor set to directional forward. Okay. So speed, so linear, one of these ones. So if we just chuck that in the front here, I suppose, or if we just go in here, that's A-okay. We go boom, like that, and it's going to be set to directional, like so. Good, and we'll bring that all the way to the back. What did I just connect that to? Oh dear, what did that connect to? That one. Oh, that's the right one. Nice. That should work then, I suppose. Now, we've got some fin connections we need to do, so starboard and port. I believe port is the left. You'd hope so anyway. We go like that. Then we'll go over here like this. And where is the other one? All the way up the front just there. Awesome. So we've got a little bit more power to connect up. And this should work. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we can do to improve it. I don't know if a gyro would help anywhere or not on these little fins on the side. Absolutely no idea, but well, I guess we'll find out. Now, there's nothing else that needs connecting up, is there? No. So let's save this, spawn it in, and see what happens. All right, there it is. It's just got a little warning message saying we're out of fuel again, but that's okay. Let's jump in our boats here. I have no idea how much those fuel tanks hold either, by the way, but that's all right. We'll sort that out another day. All right, so are we still... Okay, looks like we're tilting a little bit, but I suppose they won't do anything until we start moving, will they? Anyway, the door's shut. All good. Let's turn this thing back on. Let's go for another test. Test number 2. All right, the engines are on. A little bit of throttle there. Give it a bit of clutch. Come on. Let's go. Right now, our left and right works this time. That's handy. All right, let's go. Let's give it a little bit. Let's get to at least like 120 or so, or 100. Okay, yeah, something like that. Whee! Okay, seems a little bit better so far. Not going to lie, we're doing over 100, so that's good. Let's see what it looks like on the outside. Okay, we are very much out of the water. Oh dear. We're floating too much now, are we? Are those jets even in the water? Oh yeah, they are in the water. Okay. I mean, if it works, then it works, I suppose. Should we do a few turns and see what happens? Let's just turn to the left. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I want to stick close so I can't actually see too much because of that fog. Okay, we're wobbling around a little bit, but it is a lot better than what it was. Let's go a little bit faster. Okay, we're doing 160. Oh, okay, we're starting to bob around a bit. Are we? Yeah, okay, that's not good. Stop. Okay, so a few issues to sort out. I do think... Actually, I've got an idea. Oh, okay. I think we're all... Nah, a few things to sort out, but I reckon we got a fair bit of speed behind this thing. Let's turn off. Okay, I'm just going to shut the engine off right here. So I think what we might do... Let's take it back to the workbench. I'll show you guys what I mean. So what I think we could probably do is if these fluid jets... Yeah, if we move these up maybe 1 or 2 blocks, that will stop trying to push the front up and the boat might sit in the water a little bit lower. So maybe next episode, what we could do, we could put it up 1 block, see if it makes a difference. If that still doesn't help, we can put up 1 more. I think that might be a good idea. But it does actually move, which is really good. So I think we'll save it here. We'll get it back in the water. We'll go out for 1 more quick test drive, and then we might end off the episode. All right, we're back in the boats. Let's jump back in our seat. Let's take this thing out a little bit more. We'll just do 1 more little test. Engines turning on. Good stuff. A little bit of throttle, and let's go. Yep. All right, we're on the move. Very nice. Okie dokie. Awesome. So we're just stayed at a pretty slow speed. I don't want too much to happen. Too much to go wrong. That wouldn't be very good at all. But yeah, today we did get done what we wanted to do. We got the boat actually moving, which is really good. It feels like we got a lot of power behind that engine. Still a lot to fix up. So maybe that fluid jet problem I mentioned. And we don't even know if the cooling system works yet either. So that could be an issue. But it looks like we got plenty of power for really low RPS. And the clutch is only 30% in as well, which is pretty good. So let's just drive over to here and park her up, I suppose, for now until next time. I don't want to hit anything. Stop. Ah! Okay, we're alive. That is a-okay. Let's get out of here. Shut that door. I think I left the engines on. Off. There we go. Bit better. Nice. All that noise is gone now. Very nice. But anyway, guys, like I said, next episode, we're going to get this thing working just a little bit better, hopefully. Oh, geez, it's getting dark, isn't it? Oh, I can see the shadow just coming across the whole boat. Perfect. But yeah, we'll get this thing working a bit better next time, make sure the cooling system's working, and yeah, go on another test drive, I suppose. But for now, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.